In the early morning silence of Tokyo, when the city is not yet awake, there is a moment when Japan feels like it is remembering itself. Neon lights still glow from the night before, trains rest quietly on their tracks, and old temples breathe beside glass towers. This country has lived many lives. It has been broken, rebuilt, glorified, exhausted, and reborn again and again. To understand Japan today, you must walk through its past. Not just through dates and statistics, but through the lives of ordinary people who carried this nation on their backs. This is the story of Japan then, and Japan now. Around 1980, Japan stood at the edge of something extraordinary. The wounds of World War II were no longer open, but the memory was still alive in the minds of parents and grandparents. The country had rebuilt itself with discipline, sacrifice, and an almost painful dedication to work. By the 1980s, Japan was no longer a recovering nation. It was becoming an economic miracle. Factories worked day and night. Companies grew fast. Japanese cars, electronics, and machines flooded the world. Made in Japan was no longer cheap. It was a symbol of quality. Life in Japan during this time followed a very clear rhythm. Men in dark suits woke up early, packed into crowded trains, and spent long days at offices and factories. Salarymen were the backbone of the country. Their loyalty to their company was stronger than almost anything else. Many stayed in the same job for their entire lives. Overtime was normal. Going home early was sometimes seen as shameful. Work was not just a job. It was identity, pride, and duty. Women's lives were different. Many women worked before marriage, but after getting married, most were expected to leave their jobs and focus on family. The ideal life was clear: a hard-working husband, a caring mother, and well-educated children. Housewives managed the home carefully, saved money, and supported their husbands quietly. Society praised this structure. It was stable, predictable, and deeply traditional. Families often lived close together. Children respected elders without question. Teachers were treated with great honor. Discipline in schools was strict. Students cleaned their own classrooms. Uniforms were worn with pride. Education was serious business. Exams decided futures. A good university meant a good company, and a good company meant a secure life. Pressure was heavy, but it was accepted as necessary. Technology during this era felt magical. In the 1980s and 1990s, Japan was ahead of the world. Walkman players, cassette tapes, video game consoles, televisions, and cameras became part of daily life. Arcades were full of lights and sounds. Children gathered around game machines, while adults read newspapers on trains. There was no internet yet, no smartphones, no social media. Life moved slower, but people were present. Conversations were face-to-face. Letters were written by hand. Memories were physical. Politically, Japan was stable but quiet. The same political party dominated for years. Protests existed, but most people trusted the system. The government focused on growth, infrastructure, and global respect. Media was controlled but trusted. Television news was formal and serious. Newspapers were powerful. Rumors traveled slowly. Then, in the late 1980s, something dangerous happened. Japan's economy grew too fast. Land prices exploded. Stock markets soared. People believed the growth would never end. Companies invested wildly. Ordinary people borrowed money easily. Tokyo land was said to be worth more than entire countries. It was a dream built on fragile ground. When the bubble burst in the early 1990s, the fall was silent but devastating. Companies collapsed. Banks struggled. Jobs became uncertain. The generation that believed in lifetime employment felt betrayed. This period became known as the lost decades. From the 1990s into the early 2000s, Japan entered a long emotional winter. Life became more cautious. Spending slowed. Dreams shrank. Young people saw their parents' exhaustion and disappointment. Many began questioning the old system. Long working hours no longer promised happiness. Job security was no longer guaranteed. Temporary jobs increased. Anxiety quietly spread through society. Technology continued to advance, but something felt stuck. Japan had mobile phones before many countries, but innovation slowed. The internet arrived late and cautiously. While the world rushed forward, Japan hesitated, protecting tradition and stability. By 2005, Japan was no longer the unstoppable giant it once was. It was still rich, still safe, still respected but tired. The population began aging rapidly. Birth rates dropped. Villages emptied. Cities grew crowded but lonely. The old system was cracking, but no clear replacement had appeared. Now, fast forward to 2026. Japan today feels different. Still beautiful. Still disciplined. Still unique. But the soul of the country is changing. Tokyo in 2026 is a digital organism. Screens are everywhere. Cashless payments are normal. Trains run with artificial intelligence support. Robots clean hotels, assist the elderly, and greet customers in stores. Convenience stores are smarter. Homes are smaller, quieter, and more individual. The work culture has changed, but not completely. Long hours still exist, but younger generations resist them. Remote work is more accepted. Freelancers, creators, and tech workers are rising. Lifetime employment is rare. Flexibility matters more than loyalty. Mental health, once ignored, is now openly discussed. Women play a stronger role in the workforce. Many choose careers over early marriage. Some choose not to marry at all. Families are smaller. Some people live alone by choice. Others live alone because they have no choice. Loneliness has become one of Japan's biggest silent problems. Technology now shapes daily life deeply. Smartphones are extensions of the body. AI helps write, translate, diagnose, and predict. Virtual idols have fans. Digital avatars attend meetings. Young people grow up online. Friendships are formed in games, forums, and virtual worlds. Reality and digital life blend together. Education is changing slowly. Schools still value discipline, but creativity is encouraged more than before. Coding and technology are taught early. English is more important. Global thinking is encouraged, yet many students still feel pressure and stress. Exams remain powerful gatekeepers. Politically, Japan faces new challenges. Security concerns, economic competition, and global instability force difficult decisions. The government pushes digital transformation, green energy, and AI innovation. But debt is high. The population is shrinking. The workforce is aging. Immigration increases slowly, but society struggles to fully accept change. Media in 2026 is fragmented. Traditional TV still exists, but YouTube, streaming platforms, and social media dominate attention. Young voices are louder. Information spreads instantly. Trust is harder to maintain. Truth competes with noise. Freedom in Japan feels subtle. People are safe, but social pressure still exists. Standing out is easier than before, but not always comfortable. Tattoos are more accepted, but not everywhere. Diversity is growing but slowly. Japan opens its doors carefully, afraid of losing itself. The biggest difference between then and now is not technology or money. It is emotion. In the past, Japan moved together. People believed in the same future. Sacrifice made sense. Hard work had meaning. Today, Japan moves in many directions at once. Some chase innovation. Some protect tradition. Some feel lost between the two. Opportunities exist. AI, robotics, culture, tourism, and creativity offer new paths. Young creators build global audiences from small rooms. Old towns find new life through visitors. Women, immigrants, and outsiders bring fresh energy. But problems remain: loneliness, low birth rates, overwork, aging, fear of failure, fear of change. Japan in 2026 stands at another edge, not of explosive growth, but of quiet transformation. It must decide how to care for its elderly, how to inspire its youth, and how to honor tradition without being trapped by it. When you walk through Japan today, you still feel respect in the air. Trains arrive on time. Streets are clean. People bow politely. But behind the calm surface, questions remain unanswered. Was the past better, or just simpler? Is the future brighter, or just faster? Japan has survived firebombs, earthquakes, bubbles, and silence. It will survive this moment too. But survival is not enough. The next chapter requires courage, not just to work harder, but to live differently. As the sun rises again over Tokyo, the city wakes up. Old men stretch their tired backs. Young people check their phones. Robots begin their routines. Temples open their doors. Offices light up. Somewhere between memory and possibility, Japan continues its journey, carrying its past, questioning its present, and quietly searching for a future that still feels human.